Look at those, nice and crispy. So if you just got an air fryer for the first time, in this video, I'm gonna share with you what to do before your first cook, as well as mistakes that air fryer owners commonly make. First, I want you to wash the whole air fryer inside container before you even cook anything, because there could be residue from the manufacturer on the surface. Next, I want you to do a test run at 400 degrees for 5 minutes so that you can burn off any of the residual manufacturer's oils or anything else on the inside. And while you're doing that first test run, I want you to pull the air fryer away from the back of the wall as well as underneath any cabinets, because oftentimes you'll have airflow that needs to be circulating around the air fryer, and you definitely don't want to catch your kitchen on fire. Make sure that you have 5 to 6 inches clearance on all sides. And while your air fryer is doing this first cook, go ahead and grab your manual and look through the manual and make sure that you understand how exactly the air fryer operates, so that you can best use this air fryer and use it safely. Now I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on how to actually cook something in your air fryer. For this demo, we're going to do some waffle cut fries that are frozen that can be cooked in the air fryer. Now, if you want to coat these in oil, do not put them into the air fryer directly. I want you to get a bowl and then pour them into the bowl. Now go ahead and coat your French fries in oil in the bowl. The reason why you don't want to spray directly into the air fryer is because you can actually start to damage the surface of the internal areas of the air fryer. So we don't really want to do that. We want to just spray into a bowl, or you can also spray on a plate. Now, if you want food to be extra crispy, I definitely recommend preheating your air fryer before adding the food in for just about 2 to 3 minutes so that it's nice and hot once the food goes in. All right, it's nice and hot. So let's pour these frozen fries into the air fryer basket. We're going to want to make sure and either shake them so that they separate, so that they're not overlapping each other, because see those holes at the bottom there? That's actually going to allow air to flow up and underneath so that everything gets cooked evenly on both sides. We're going to cook these at 400 degrees for 6 minutes. Then we're going to open it up, shake it around, and cook it for another 6 minutes. And make sure to check out my air fryer recipes playlist, because I share a whole bunch of really short tutorials on how to cook your favorite frozen foods in your new air fryer. And each tutorial is less than about 45 seconds, so you can learn really quickly how to cook your favorite foods like frozen taquitos, frozen burritos, and so much more. Now, while those fries are cooking in the air fryer, I'm just going to show you some of my favorite air fryer accessories that I highly recommend investing in, because these are actually going to save you from getting burnt, as well as it's going to make your air fryer a lot more versatile. The first item that I highly recommend is a pair of tongs that have a silicone coating. You definitely don't want to put metal into your nonstick surface area here and actually scratch the inside, so make sure you get some that are coated in silicone like these ones here. Now, every good cook knows that you definitely want to check the internal temperature of foods, especially meats, to make sure that they're actually finished cooking before you take them out of the air fryer. So definitely getting a thermometer like this one. This is called a probe thermometer. This is only just a few dollars. You can get these at Walmart or Target, but this you just stick right into the food and it'll measure the internal temperature to make sure that you've cooked your chicken or your beef or your fish to a safe temperature. Now, there's a lot of heated debate online about if it's safe and good to use parchment paper inside of your air fryer, and I'm going to go ahead and recommend not putting parchment paper into your air fryer, because specifically I've had an experience where I had the food in there with the parchment paper and I thought that the food was securing the parchment paper down, but it wasn't, and that actually went up and touched the heating element in the top of the air fryer and actually started to burn. So you definitely don't really want to put paper next to a hot burning surface like the air fryer. Instead, you can go on Amazon or go to Target or Walmart and check out these really great sets of silicone bakeware that also come with some silicone oven mitts that are perfect for air frying. These actually fit directly into an air fryer. Just make sure that you check the size of your air fryer and the container before you purchase it. And I've shared a link in the description below to this specific set, which is really great because it actually comes with a muffin liner. This is great for cooking eggs as well as muffins or cupcakes in your air fryer, because did you know you can actually cook eggs and bread in there as well? And it also comes with a really cool little waffle maker, so you can actually make waffles in your air fryer. And then lastly, it comes with 2 round silicone baking mats, I guess you would call these. These are basically for grilling as well as just getting a lot of good circulation while also using a liner inside of your air fryer. Now you can also put these into the dishwasher, which makes it actually really easy to clean your air fryer. And did you know you're actually supposed to clean your air fryer every time you use it? Some people don't actually do that. Now let's check on our fries. These went for 6 minutes. So let's go ahead and grab our tongs and then toss these around and cook these for another 6 minutes. Yum, they're already starting to get nice and crispy. You can just go ahead and flip them around and cook them as long as you feel like you need to cook them, basically to get them to the exact crunchiness that you prefer. Every air fryer is a little different, so you definitely want to get to know yours and make sure that you understand exactly how food cooks in your specific air fryer. All right, back at 400 degrees for another 6 minutes. Now, a really great thing about having an air fryer is it actually turns off when it's finished cooking. So if you set it to that 6 minutes timer, it'll totally stop cooking when you want it to stop cooking, unlike a regular oven where actually you'll just keep cooking your food unless you actually pull it out. Now in this demo today, I'm actually showing you my Power XL air fryer. This is a 7-quart air fryer that I purchased online. You can get these at Target and at Walmart as well as also on Amazon. Now I'm showing you this one because I've actually had this same brand for about 5 or 6 years now, and I really like the Power XL design. It's really simple to use and it actually works really well. Now this is my second model of the Power Air Fryer XL because they actually went ahead and updated some of the features, like the handle is a little sturdier, and I also got nervous that my air fryer wasn't going to work, and I use it so often that I actually wanted to have 2. But now I just use this solo one here and it works really great. And our fries are finished cooking in the air fryer, and look at those, nice and crispy. And depending on how your air fryer is designed, I can't actually take this and flip it over because there's actually a tray in there that will fall out. So instead, I'm just going to use some tongs to remove the food and then place it on my plate. Now, before I go and enjoy these delicious air fryer fries, I'm going to share with you exactly how to clean the inside of your air fryer. Now, this part can actually just be hand washed with a little soapy water. You can also put maybe a small amount of water in the bottom, then put it back into the air fryer for about 1 minute to heat up. And that's actually going to get a lot of the tough cooked on food that's maybe in the bottom or on that little tray right there off easily. You don't want to scrub this with like a metal scrubber because actually it's non-stick and you'll actually take the non-stick off of it. So make sure to use like a soft sponge. And lastly, you see those coils right there? That's actually the heating element. And you want to make sure to clean that with just a non-toxic solution. I highly recommend just scrubbing the inside of that with a simple paste that you can make by combining baking soda and water together into a thick paste, and then use like a toothbrush to scrub all around those coils if they get dirty. Well, thanks for joining me today, and if you found this video useful and helpful, please give it a big thumbs up to share it with the rest of the world, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more air fryer tips and tricks because I share a whole bunch of tutorials using a whole bunch of different small kitchen appliances like the air fryer, the Instant Pot, blenders, and so much more. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye!